What is up, my friends? You're very welcome along to Friday night's late night news roundup, where there's an interesting take coming out of Sky Austria that I wanted to draw your attention to around the Liverpool managerial situation. I'm also going to be telling you about a crazy take from Didi Hamann about loaning one of the Liverpool players in January, or potentially loaning them. We'll give you some quotes from Arne Slot as well after the embargoed section of his press conference came out, and lots more over the next few minutes. We do want to know your thoughts on all of these stories, so please feel free to let us know in the comment section. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and most importantly, we'd love you to hit that subscribe button. Just a reminder, we won't have any live content tomorrow, which is Saturday. We will, of course, be back for the game then on Sunday, starting from 12:45 in the afternoon. Tomorrow we'll have a news video out, but there won't be any live content. So for now, let's get stuck into these stories. I'm going to start off with a crazy take from Didi Hamann on Florian Wirtz. So listen to this and tell me what you think. I think he's got until Christmas now to show his worth. That it is not easy because, as I said, the team is not functioning at the moment. If he doesn't do it from now until Christmas, I'm pretty sure that the club will get together with him and see what best for both parties would be. Could he still leave Liverpool on loan in January? Yeah, said Didi Hamann. I love Didi, but there's no way I can see Liverpool loaning out a player that cost £116 million. It will be like admitting defeat that they can't figure out how to play him. We know the quality of footballer that Florian Wirtz is. So for me, look, Didi's entitled to his opinion, the same as us all. I just think that one is a very, very strange one, and I don't see any world in which Liverpool consider loaning out Wirtz in January or any other time. But we want to know what you guys think on it. So the newspaper have said this about Liverpool's interest in Antoine Semenyo. Liverpool are regarded at this point as the front runners for Bournemouth's Antoine Semenyo, 25 years of age. What I would say to you guys as well is don't rule out Manchester City in this race. Manchester City also interested in Antoine Semenyo. Whether they'll be able to come in and try and sign him before Liverpool or not, I really don't know. But this does tally with what I put into our WhatsApp last night as well. That my information was that at least the interest in Antoine Semenyo is sincere. And what happens from there, look, I don't know. But he certainly is on our radar. I would say, though, for you to go into the January market in particular, centre-back has to be the main focus for Liverpool. It has to be the position of priority because we need one. Konate, you've probably seen these stories if you joined us on the Late Night Agenda tonight, but Real Madrid, according to David Ornstein, Fabrizio Romano and other top-tier journalists, have reached out to Liverpool to say categorically that they don't want to sign Konate and they won't be making a move from even on a free in the summer. So it looks like now Konate's options are shrinking somewhat, but again, the contract offer from Liverpool should be signed in my opinion because, you know, it's there. It's in front of him. He succeeded at Liverpool. Yes, he hasn't been doing it as we would have all wanted to lately, but we know there's a player in there, and hopefully with a bit of stability and maybe some increased competition, we could see better days for him. If he doesn't want to sign, though, I think he should also be honest about that and say that he wants to look for a new chapter in his career. Right, so this Arne Slot on whether he needed to shake up his starting side. This is what he had to say in his presser. Is the question, should I change dramatically? For example, you want another system with 5 defenders, that could be an issue. I don't even have 5 defenders. It suits the players best, the system we're playing now. They've played this system probably throughout their whole career, and there's hardly any training time for us. So it's almost impossible to change our complete idea about football if we play every 2 days. I think the question was more about, is he going to make 2 or 3 wholesale changes, 3 or 4 changes or wholesale changes to his starting 11 for the game. I don't think people are talking about a whole new system coming in because he's right. You have to have time to prepare that system and train in it. Arne Slot, speaking on City's bad form last season and comparing it to Liverpool now, had this to say. I said already multiple reasons, and I can come up with an extra 5 or 6 for why we are on a run of form like this, but they will never be enough to make up for the results that we have. I'm not sure, but Pep will probably have said the same. For example, we had injuries last season as well, so it's not like this season we have injuries and last season we didn't, so that helped us with a better run of form. But indeed, the example of City can help because they have quality and we have quality. The best chance to come out of a situation like this is that we as a team and me as a manager bring the best out of these players again to bring us back to winning ways. If we didn't have the quality, we would have had a big problem. I think we have the quality and we have to bring the best out of them again. Kind of stating the obvious there, but the question is, can he bring that out of them again? Can he inspire them again? I don't know the answer to that. but we'll find out again soon enough because the games are coming thick and fast. Arne Slot, and if he reached his lowest point of his Liverpool reign, said this: I've already thought a few times that we hit the worst point or the lowest point, because many times I've said we actually still feel this about Wednesday as well, that the score does not reflect the way we played. So every time you're thinking that we can keep playing the same, but hopefully do better, because this team should and can play better than we do. Make no mistake about that. It's not that we perform at the highest standards. It's not that we perform at the highest standards we can perform at, but you should expect that given the quality we have, that we've reached the lowest point a few times. And again, he's not wrong. We should have reached the lowest point by now because it's been pretty bad. But seemingly, it seems to get worse. And I don't know where he's seen these great performances or hard done by results, because we've been really wasteful in front of the goal, yes, but we're so porous defensively and so open that it just feels like every time a team have a set piece, a corner or a counter-attack, we're likely to fold and concede. That needs to stop. Right, so here's the crazy story that I mentioned at the very start of the video, coming out of Sky Sport Austria from Mark Janko. And it said this: on Oliver Glasner potentially receiving a phone call to become the Liverpool manager, they said this: perhaps Oliver Glasner should turn on his phone, because I imagine he may receive a call soon. Now, I don't know if they know something that we don't know, or if this is just hypothetical, but it kind of gets me to thinking, would you take Oliver Glasner as the next Liverpool manager? Certainly has some credentials. He's won the Europa League, won the FA Cup at Crystal Palace, certainly been able to get the best out of that Palace team and best Liverpool on a few occasions. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know stylistically if Liverpool would be more attacking under him or less attacking, because with Palace, you know, he has a system. They defend deep, they play with pace on the counter, and look, that's very basic level of what they do, but you can see that he's a very good tactician, and you can see there as well that he's got very strong ideas and a very strong will, and these are some of the traits that you would need to have as Liverpool manager. But again, I want to re-emphasise this: and I'm sure many others, hope that Arne turns this around. Nobody wants to be on talking about the manager being fired, but also nobody wants to see performances and capitulations like we've seen over the last few months. It really has just come from nowhere, but this is where we're at, and it needs to change. We can't keep saying, well, this is coming up, this fixture's coming up, the league will be past us, we'll be too far down the league table. Right now, if he can turn it around or show signs of it, great. But if he can't, they're going to have to make the tough decision, because, you know, this cannot continue. So that's where we're at for now, ladies and gents. As always, though, I want to know your thoughts. If you joined us tonight for the Late Night Agenda, thank you so much for coming on and showing us your support. It means a lot to us. Again, we'll know on Sunday what way the ship is headed, because fingers crossed, going to West Ham. If you've watched the preview, you've seen that in years gone by, it's been a fruitful fixture for us. Scored plenty of goals against them over the last few years, so hopefully we can do the job on Sunday and get back to winning ways. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.